How's it, everybody? This is the Erroneous One here of New Kingdom Hearts Union Cross video. This time going over the boss time attack event. Oh, dude. Alright, so we'll get to this guy in a second. So basically what I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you guys what I did to get past the 5th stages, or the 5th round of the 5th out of 5th round of the quest. For each section here, because those are the ones that were the hardest to get past. Basically, they were, we go from 35 seconds to 28 seconds, which is, obviously a lot more difficult than being in the other ones. These right here were challenging, but not so bad as that Blizzard lore, but we'll go over this first. So, the werewolf right here, I used the counterpoint setup. Pretty sure it was this one. Yeah, we'll go to this one. I'm pretty sure this one here. Basically, the thing you have to walk in there with is your fastest animation as possible. Like, what medals do their special attacks with the quickest animation, or the fewest hits as well. The fewest hits is also going to be important, and how fast they do them in. And there are two detriments to this. Number one, what most people have is Kairi EX being copied by a copy medal. But the problem with that is that Kairi's attack animation is long. It is long and drawn out, which is aggravating. What makes it even more aggravating is at the start of each of these quests, you lose about 4.5 seconds. 4.5 seconds automatically just to go through that little, target battle begin, or player begin, or player's turn, whatever. That takes 4.5 seconds away from us. Out the door immediately. So they are really, messing with us here in this regard, unfortunately. That was, more than anything else, that was the most aggravating thing of these challenges for me. It was losing, look, 2, 3, 4, about 4.3, 4, and 5. 4 seconds gone, out the door immediately, as soon as, before you even get to attack. Which is, but, like I said, being able to damage quicker is really good. This one we knocked out here, I think it should be okay. Yeah, 27.9. This one here did it in 27.9, which is barely before the 28-second marker. I think I used a different setup, actually, for this one, I want to say. Can't remember. I actually think I had... That one worked, obviously. I remember I had that earlier. What was it? Was not that one for sure. Nope, that's a new one. I'm pretty sure when I first did this one... No, honestly, I don't remember. It was something similar to this one. The downside of this one is that, obviously I'm using EX medals in terms of Master Ava and Aqua EX. I haven't tried going through it just yet with, non-EX medals, so I suppose I could pretty soon. And, I'll probably end up doing that as best I can for these ones. Because they are tricky. The Blitz Spear is also the same thing, between 28 seconds. I did use my Fenrir for that one, but I used a different Fenrir setup. We'll show you guys that one. That was here, nope, and nope, and nope. Let's see. Let's go for this here. Shion was over here. My World of Light, I'm a Warrior of Light, I got, not the best traits on him, unfortunately. Double Sleep and Aerial. Aerial was great on this guy. The Double Sleep, I really could have done without, but that is what it is. Put that one there, and I put my Terra EX there. And for... But you could easily switch out Terra EX by putting Hercules there, if you really wanted to. That's not a problem either, but we'll put him here in the Spirit slot. Also, too, you probably want to do your absolute best to use single target medals in this one, because these are all single target enemies. Okay, so that one already is, speed, so it's power. So we're gonna go in here again. Again, you lose the 4 seconds just to even get out of the door, which is again extremely aggravating. Obviously my traits and my warrior light aren't going to help me here because that is a ground enemy and sleeps don't get to attack. So if you manage to get one copy of warrior light from the high score challenge, you're kind of set there. There we go. There's that pretty quick. 25 seconds, 25.42 seconds. So that's set right there. Died by the casted Xion. Although again, the same thing would apply if you put Hercules there. You put your Hercules right there, and Xion copies Hercules. Same thing. They pretty much die by Xion. So Hercules does deal that much damage. His multiplier is that big as a single target medal going forward. So that was the main setup for this one. Now, the worst setup right here is against this Blizzard Lord because of the counters on its head. This one, you have to be very careful and you have to manage the counters. It starts with 8, and depending on what you're using, you can have 11 on it if you cast your Kyrie EX 3 times. And then you have pretty much 11 counters to work with to get past this guy. What I was trying to do initially was use a variation of my counterpoint, basically this right here. Although I think I, yeah, so I tried using these similar sets right here. I think I took out Riku because my Riku only has damage and rage traits for the most part. So I put Aqua there. Then I had Master Ava in slot 4. In slot 5, I had this guy right here with the ground on it and rage, but you know it copied Ava for a single hit. And then in the last slot, the pet slot, I tried putting I think it was Illustrated Donald Beam or something like that on that one. But the problem is, you have to kill these guys by like the 5th slot, otherwise you run out of time for these ones. And on top of that too, not only does he have those counters on his head, he also has about 245 more HP bars. It's not 1,000 bars anymore. Now it's like 1,245 bars. Although you go from 28 seconds to 34 seconds, so you get a 6-second add-on for those 200 bars, which in the end isn't much. Oddly enough, guys, I went away from Counterpoint, or from Counterpoint. I went away from Fairy Stars. I was trying variations of this one, trying variations of this one right here as well, to see if I can get past that or anything. No such luck. And I put this right here because he has aerial and strength times 2, so he dealt some more damage. But even with this, it wasn't enough. So I was like, okay, I had to think out of the box because, you know, I pay for the game, obviously, you all know this, and I was stuck at this Blizzard Lord for the longest time. I couldn't figure out how to get past it. And which makes me concerned for other players trying to defeat these quests when you don't have access to like, the medals to do, or the medals I have traded the way I had them traded. It causes problems. The only plus side of the situation was that the boosters for everything are on the 3rd mission of each quest. So you can get these things pretty easily. You're able to get the boosters, which is great, but not all the rewards. The 50 jewels sitting there were kind of locked behind for a bunch of people. So it was good they did that with how hard these were to go through it. But I actually used my Fenrir. Did not use this setup right here. I used this one right here. And I know what you're going. You're like, Aaron, you use a power setup against the magic setup? Because power is weak against magic. Yes, I did, because of the hits, the damage being dealt. You need 3 Kyries going off. I needed the Warrior of Light there, but then I need something that dealt fewer hits. I was able to beat it by the 5th slot, but not in the time. I was getting for like 36.5, 37 seconds. Couldn't quite get down to that 34-second marker, because what I was using, which was like the Terra EX, for instance, dealt too many hits. So I was like, what upright power do I have that's very strong, that's also fewer hits? And I forgot that I had this Sora and Kyrie EX, but it also has the same stipulation that Warrior of Light does, and that the Wayfinder trio do. In that this medal deals 3 hits, 2 turns of strength, which inflicts more damage with 1 enemy left. So it gets that 5.82 multiplier against single target enemies. And I was like, oh hey, he can work out. No traits on you or anything, but you do have an 85 max on you, and this ended up doing it. So I will go through and show you guys. It barely did it when I did it. I beat it by 33.64 seconds, something like that. But let's see if I go through again. I had to do it like twice though for RNG. Something had to critical at some point in time to do a little bit more damage. But yeah. So you guys can go through, and my Warrior Light does have an air trait, so this does work against the Blizzard Lord. So 699 there. 2.3 million there, and there we go, 2.5 million, and 33.48 seconds, guys. Granted, I'm barely beating that 34-second stipulation, but there it is. That is done. Right there before the 34-second marker. The one I'm going to be looking for the most part, guys, and this is what I'm going to ask for people to do in this video, is if you know of a setup that's more player-friendly, you know, like, for instance, no Wayfinder Trio medals or anything, share it. See, no Soren Kairi EX, share it for everybody else. Help the community out by sharing the setup here so that everybody can collect all these rewards. I'm going to keep on looking and keep on testing to see if I can't find a setup that will do this within a time limit. I tried Hercules B, but he deals 4 hits, and those 4 hits, that one extra hit with his slightly slower animation speed, took a little bit too long. It's doable. You kill it by the 5th slot, but you kill it by like the 35th second. You can't quite get to that 34th second or below. So you took a bit too long, but the animation with these 3 hits on Soren Kairi is just a little bit faster, and that's what you need to pull through in order to get this done. Obviously now, if you're pulling, if you manage to pull the new Riku EX, then you're gonna have a way easier time getting this done, because then you can have like between a ×4 and ×6 upright defense down on top of your upright attack up, and all the other buffs you get through Kairi. So options are available. Use what you have there. But again, share your stuff if you have it. I'll keep on looking to share with you guys as well to see if we can get this done for the community, to see if we can get this past this quest with more player-friendly medals. But we'll keep on looking. We have some time for this event. It lasts for another 10 days, so we have time. We have time. Yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave down in the comments your setups if you guys managed to get past it, or if you guys found this video helpful. I appreciate the feedback on that one too. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.